We've reached a point in our lives where endless possibilities await us. It's truly a time to rejoice at our newfound independence and celebrate our journeys thus far. We've been given the tools for accomplishment, but in the back of our minds, we must remember that it doesn't get any easier from here. The moment we gain independence and happiness as a result of achieving success, we also gain more responsibility and dilemma. See, there is power in adulthood. And as we step into influential positions in society, we possess the power to make change not only in our lives, but also the lives of others. From this moment forward, we begin to think for ourselves and for society. Knowing this, a mindset of acceptance is absolutely crucial. As members of society with newly possessed power, our willingness, or lack thereof, to exercise acceptance can ultimately decide the strength of our society. The key to acceptance is an open mind and a willingness to consider different opinions, beliefs, and cultures around us. On the other hand, there is judgment, a quality historically shown to only create divide. With it, we, as a society, become less able to withstand external pressures when internally divided. However, if an individual with power demonstrates acceptance by choosing to have an open mind, he or she is establishing respect for others people's decisions to have different opinions, beliefs, and cultures. This action encapsulates the concept of freedom. Freedom is a principle, if not the principle, upon which this country was built. It is our duty as Americans to uphold such a principle. To disregard such an important concept, to violate the freedom of others by choosing to not exercise acceptance, would be a failure as an American citizen. Freedom is a value we teach our elementary school children as they pledge allegiance to it every day. It's an ideal we ourselves pledge allegiance to before most events. If, as a society, we do this, but fail to uphold such a value in our everyday lives, we lose integrity and, instead, exhibit hypocrisy. Therefore, as we find ourselves with the newfound power of adulthood, it's crucial that we choose to avoid ignorance and instead exercise acceptance. Doing so fulfills our moral duties as citizens to establish freedom for all. The judgment of one individual can negatively affect the success of another. Growing up as a minority and young Muslim woman, I can attest to this with personal experience. Combating judgment while simultaneously navigating adolescence was a grueling battle. Many can attest to the fact that learning to know and love oneself is a long, difficult process. It is, however, an equally necessary one, as success and peace of mind cannot be granted without doing so first. Such a process was made even more difficult for me when faced with the lack of awareness. As I have personally seen and experienced, ignorance often results in negative stereotyping of a certain type of people. And in society, this stereotype can become a very powerful thing. So powerful, in fact, that those being stereotyped begin to stereotype themselves. It's easy to believe something about yourself is true when all of society tells you it is. It's easy to believe, especially when you're not even sure who you are yet. But in my case, it affected the confidence I had in myself and my religion, which in turn hindered me on the road to personal success. Judgment has the ability to effectively destroy an individual's motivation to work towards success. It's easy to believe your chances at success are slim when all of society tells you that they are. However, as a society, we also destroy ourselves in the process. How are we to survive if we severely hurt the motivation of substantial portions of the population? By hindering the success of some, we hinder the success of society. After this realization, I found comfort in those that stood up for me and urged me to take pride in my differences, strive for success, and pass on the message of acceptance. Those experiences have taught me the importance of learning about the other people and their cultures. Opening myself to others' experiences is something I continue to do and encourage others to do the same. Now, as we are all of or nearing adult age, we inherit the power of change. Our generation is one that has grown up learning our country's discriminatory mistakes, and we've heard of the damaging repercussions. Yet we still live in an imperfect world. We've witnessed tragedies enacted out of ignorance. We've heard of political decisions clearly made with complete disregard to acceptance and its relation to the foundation of our country. Now, as we find ourselves in a position of power, we must realize that, united, we have the influence to make change in what we see wrong in the world. This impending responsibility in mind, I can't stress enough the importance of an open mind and acceptance. With it, we have the power to create a society that doesn't infringe upon others' freedoms. On a personal note, I can truly say it's been an honor sharing these past years with all of you. I've developed meaningful friendships and learned lessons that have altered my perception of the world itself. Whether it's been 4, 8, or all 12 years, we've watched and maybe even helped each other grow into the young adults that we are now. Class of 2017, if there's one thing you remember, I hope it is this: embrace acceptance. Learn of other cultures, beliefs, opinions, and of the people who hold them. Stand up for people in the face of hate, because when we do, they will return the favor, and this is what creates unity. This is what creates the powerful front necessary to make change, and we can create change. Thank you, and good luck.